G'day folks, Drury here, Hard Hat Mentor. Well, the world has spun off its axis since the last time I spoke to you. I've felt the need to reconnect and share some thoughts. Initially for Mad Mumsy, my blister, and knowing her, she'll turn this into a podcast probably. So, g'day Mad Mumsy's beers with a minor peeps, and hello to my FIFO tribe. I'm looking at a picture now. I have a big photograph of old school miners, real old school miners on the wall. And it looks like they've even got candles on their hard hats. That's how old it is. And this corona thing, this COVID-19, it's a hard time. My journey, been going through all sorts of emotions, and it got me thinking, well, what can I do? And I guess the first thing we all have to be mindful of is, before we think what we can do, what are we doing for ourselves first? So I'm thinking this could come under the umbrella of the title, something like, one of my favourite sayings is, secure your oxygen mask before you assist others. So in this time of sad, devastating, heartbreaking news from all over the world, and also news that's uplifting because humanity's stepping up, but it's very uncertain, especially our tribe and peeps in our industry. We don't know what's going to happen, and we've seen so many changes in a very, very short time. It's so strange, everything that's going on at the airports, everything that's happening on site with social distancing, as they call it. I'm not a fan of that term, social distancing, no. I prefer physical distancing, because we need to stay socially connected, hence me reaching out to you guys. But physically, we do have to stay distanced. And I know it can be hard, especially on site, to take on board all these new changes. And we might not understand, why is it that we have to do different things in the mess and do things at the airport, and then we go down the hole or go to work, and at times we can't do that just because of the nature of the beast, and we have to get close. And I thought, well, we've made agreements so that we can keep operating with the governments, and so that we can help the economy. We are blessed to have a job still. Let's think about that for a minute. We are very blessed. I feel very, very grateful to be in an industry where we still have a job. So that's important. But when it comes down to the why are we asked to do so many things differently on site, and then perhaps have to work very closely with people at work? And for me, it makes sense, because as the world changes, our rules and what we have to do to keep up and show that we're doing our very, very best as an industry to keep going is to stand apart, as it were. It's hard because, we're a family, we're the other family, and we always got each other's backs. And in this time when it's so hard, we want to be there for each other, and yet we can't get too close. We can't get together after work like we used to. So it's really, really hard. But if we continue to do the right thing, and I know that you are, all of you, stepping up, you're taking on this challenge brilliantly, as hard as it is, we do this, we can keep operating. If we don't, well, who knows what could happen. I don't want to think about that. So we're not only protecting our friends and our family and our co-workers and our loved ones and all those high-risk people back at home, but we're also helping to keep our sites open by showing that we're doing our very best on site to shadow, I guess, what's happening in the world. So I'm looking at this picture, and it prompted me to think, well, look at them. They worked so hard, and they stood together for us to pave the way so that we've got an industry that we've got now. And then I found a picture from a band camp of an underground miner, a shadow of him on the wall down the hole of the headlights, and his shadow looking up at a face. And he was all alone. And I thought, that's sort of what we've got to do to stop the spread. We can still stand together whilst standing alone. So, we want to carry on this legacy for those old mates. And it also struck me that, some of the high-risk people are the older generation, and they're probably these salt of the earth miners back in the day. It's probably, I don't know, their grandkids, their grandkids. So if we can all really, really make sure that we're doing the right thing, and I know you are, as hard as it is, but in this time of uncertainty, we can only do what we can control. And, you know, we can't control jack except how we're choosing to respond and what's in our control. So I picked one thing, which is, let's put this message out there. Let's ask all our miners to stand alone now, keep apart from each other, do the right thing so that we can stand together again later on and keep looking out for each other. It's so hard, and the isolation on camp now is pretty heart-wrenching. It's not what we're used to, but it will pass. It really, really will. And with luck, we can keep operating and we'll come out the other side, I believe, even stronger, even better. So look after yourselves out there, look after each other, look after your families. I hope you're all safe and well. So this picture I'm talking about, they stood together for us, so let's stand alone now for them to stop the spread. That's a picture that really means so much to me when I look at it. I even get a little bit, how you going? Because they're our peeps. And it's not normal what they're asking us to do, but we can do it. We can do anything if we're asked to, because it won't last forever. And the best way that we can help everyone out there, whether we're safety weirdos, you rock, term of love and endearment and respect, leaders, you know, unleashing your leadership out there, and of course you fearless facilitators, the best way that we can help our tribe is to first secure our oxygen mask before we assist others. So look, if you want some help with that, there's some psychological tools of influence that we've developed. It's all free for you. It's a way to give back, especially in this time. Our psychological safety and our social and emotional well-being can be challenging at the best of times, living FIFO, BIBO, DIDO, let alone with what we're faced with now. So you know where to find us. Come and have a look. It's hardhatmentor.teachable.com. It's free. It's called Foundation Mind Intro course. And MIND stands for Master Influence, Negate Doubt, which is master influence on yourself first, your thoughts, your responses to any challenge, and negate doubt that you can't make a difference. Negate doubt that you can't have a massive impact, because you can. I can't wait to see you in there, and stop